Hello there, Virgo, and welcome back to my channel. I'm Mary Sue, and I'm so grateful that you're here. So today I'll be doing your September love reading. We're going to take a look at the overall energies in your romantic love life, and then we'll use the tarot to get any ideas about obstacles, areas of resistance, or advice from Spirit. And if you're enjoying the content that I create or resonating with the message, I would really appreciate it if you would consider like, sharing, or subscribing. Okay, let's get into your reading. We're going to start with the romantic angel cards. We're going to see what your overall energy is for the month of September. Chemistry. You know, this card, there's a strong magnetic attraction here. To me, this is an indication that there's somebody new on your horizon, unrequited love, and healing family issues. So I feel like, it says stay optimistic about your love life. So, there could be something here that, you're still working on healing family issues, childhood issues, forgiving your parents for things that have happened or something, or a situation where you were in a romantic connection where there was unrequited love. Or you could even be thinking back from your childhood where you felt like you didn't really have the attention or the love of your parents, and it doesn't mean that they didn't love you, but they could have been really busy, maybe with their careers or just trying to keep the family together, whatever. There's something there. But with the chemistry, I feel like there's somebody new on your path. So let's take a look with the soulmate cards and see what we have there. Home. So it says cozy, warm, secure. You feel at home with each other. And, this kind of comes back to those healing family issues. There's something about home. Stuck. So it says block third party silence barrier. Shift your focus to clear your energy. There's something there. Like I feel like you're kind of stuck on something, once again, that may have happened when you were a child. And karmic partner. Yeah, with this chemistry and the unrequited love, this could be that you're with somebody that is now that's a karmic partner. You could have just ended this relationship, or you could be even like stepping into a relationship that's really just a karmic. There's a lesson, karmic partners are not necessarily bad. It's kind of a forgive. Yeah, a lot of times I think in this case you may feel the need to forgive yourself for falling into a karmic partner. Or if you're separated from somebody and they are with somebody, it could be that they're with a karmic partner right now. But karmic partners get kind of a bad rap. But Virgo, karmic partners are important because they come onto our path. They sometimes can be a very painful, lots of chemistry, lots of passion, but not a true soul connection. Like we may feel like it's a true soul connection, but it's really not. There's not an emotional bond there. And so what happens is they come in, they are there to teach us a lesson. And then as soon as we've kind of like, learned the lesson or about to learn the lesson, then they leave our life. And then the lesson becomes real, right? So it's like you have to make sure that, when you deal with a karmic, sometimes we have a lot of regrets. Why did I make that choice? That type of thing. But what you also need to realize is that there is a reason this person is on your path. There are no right or wrong decisions or choices. The choices that we make help us to learn, deeper spiritual lessons while we're here. And so, not to get kind of stuck in a sense of, regret or something. It's kind of like, take a look at what the lesson is. And, even with forgive, it's like you don't really, it's really giving yourself freedom from the past. When you say forgive, it's really allowing that energy from the past, like taking a look at it, learning the lesson, gaining the wisdom, and then allowing it to flow away and staying in the here and now. and not kind of like reliving it or regretting it. You know, it's allowing that energy to kind of like move away. And for some of you, you could be kind of stuck in that energy of, you know, why did I make that choice? And the reason, you know, sometimes that can hold us back from true love, because then we get into this sense of not trusting ourselves. You know, will I ever make the right decision when it comes to love? Yes, you will. But a karmic is on your path for a specific reason. Okay, poised. See, I think that you're clearing out this energy of this karmic, and you're getting ready to be poised for something that is true and authentic. Karmic partners are not authentic, you know, but you had to have this person come in, and they may have even opened you up to looking at some family issues or childhood trauma or even ancestral trauma, you know, or wounds that you needed to heal. And so it's like understanding that that person had a purpose on your path, and not to get stuck in the pain of what happened with this karmic or decisions that you feel like you made because of this karmic. That all led you to something that is putting you in a position of being more poised for an authentic love relationship. Yeah, chop wood. It's about just doing those ritual things day in and day out that will help you to get into this poised energy. You know, it's doing those habits, those healthy habits that get us into that situation where we can be poised for the next romantic relationship. So whatever that means to you, you know, what do you need to do on a daily basis to stay physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually healthy? And making sure that you're doing those, making yourself a top priority. Really nice. Yeah, because look at this. You have so much. This is milk and honey. This is the Ten of Cups energy. This is the happy family energy. You know, you have healing family issues here. Well, in the end, guess what? You have the Ten of Cups. You have the happy family. It is all about you're working through something, you know, bringing more balance into your life. Balance into your romantic love life. And I think for some of you, maybe even, you know, family or even friends, you know, all of your relationships. If you take a look at your relationships, your romantic relationships, a lot of times follow similar patterns to, you know, your family, your friend, even your work relationships. So let's take a look at the tarot and get some more details here. We're going to take a look at your present energy, then any obstacles, areas of resistance, or blocks that you may have, advice from spirit, and then finally the outcome if you take the advice. Now, Virgo, you have free will, so you can always choose to do something different than what the advice is on the table. Okay, let's take a look at your present energy. Queen of Cups, very interesting. Some of you, you're getting some similar cards to Taurus. So, and Taurus had this same card in this position, so you may, you know, be dealing with a Taurus, but you don't have to. The Queen of Cups is coming into this energy of truly loving yourself, you know, chopping wood, doing what you need to do. And the lesson here is that you have to love yourself first before you can actually open yourself up, truly open yourself up to loving other people. And especially in a romantic connection where you are, you know, moving into that more emotional, vulnerable, intimate type of relationship. And so, you know, there could be something from your childhood that made you feel like, you know, you may have had romantic partners in the past that didn't completely, you know, make you feel like you were completely loved, right? Well, one of the reasons is that you have to really first step into this energy of truly loving yourself. You have to fill your own cup. You have to have a relationship with yourself before you can have a relationship with others. And I'm that really deep relationship. And I think that that's what you've been working on. I think this karmic, okay, is, you know, helping to open up your heart, to open up your emotional heart area, your loving area, so that you can truly see who you are, your authentic self, and really embrace your own light and love. And then getting to the point where you really want to share it with others, be really authentic, being yourself. This says at home with each other. And it's like you want that. You want to be able to feel, like you're a pair of, the two of you are a pair of old, slippers. You're just so comfortable with each other, right? You want to grow old with each other. And that's the energy that you're coming into. And this karmic was on your journey to help open you up to this. Okay, your obstacle or area of resistance is Queen of Swords. Having difficulty seeing how to move forward. Not having the clarity. You may not even, for some of you, you may not even really want to be looking deeply at something to do with, healing family issues. It says your love life benefits as you forgive your parents. And, we have forgive over here. And I'm not saying it has to have something to do with your parents, but it could have something to do with your childhood or something like that. And you're not looking at it. You're not taking a clear look at it. You may be glossing over it. And then let's see what your advice is. 7 of Wands. Yeah, you can get on top of whatever this is. Sometimes we don't want to look at things like that because it's kind of like, yeah, I don't want to look at that. That could be really painful. That could, trigger me in so many ways. If you feel that way, then, think about working with a therapist or a counselor or, somebody that can help you through that. Because there is something about, the advice from Spirit is that you can overcome this. You can, look at the strong man. He's pulling back the bars and getting out of the cage. Whatever this is, I get a sense that you're not looking at it clearly. And until you look at it clearly, you can't come out of this cage. You're going to keep yourself trapped in relationships that are not at the heart level. Not truly emotionally, connected. So let's see what we have here, Empress. Yeah, this is really nice. You're going from the Queen of Cups to the Empress, Star. This is true healing. This is lovely. It's when you take a clear look at something. It could be the karmic. Take a look at the karmic partnership that you had here. What was the lesson that you learned here? And then perhaps how can you apply that? Ask yourself, well, why did you choose to be with that person? What were they feeling? With your cups of love, right? What cup of love, and it wasn't true love, what cup of love were they offering that you were missing perhaps from your childhood? And it doesn't mean that it's going to be, it could be something rather simple. It doesn't have to be, extremely traumatic, but there's something that you need to look at there. Say for instance, you were one of, say, 7 kids. I don't know why I'm saying 7, but this is 7 of Wands. Okay. Maybe you were one of 7 kids and you were like in the middle. Okay, and you were having to help with the younger ones and you were kind of stuck in the middle, so you weren't ever really in charge. You weren't the baby, so you didn't get a lot of, attention. You were stuck in the middle of these 7 kids. And so for some reason, you never felt like, your family or your parents truly had time, energy, enough love for you. Okay, now that's your parents are trying to raise 7 kids. Maybe your father has to work, really long hours. So, he's maybe even working 2 jobs or something. Maybe your mom's also working. Like there's just a lot going on in your family. There could be a lot of love in your family, but for some reason you never felt like you were a top priority. So you choose partners that never make you the top priority. And in all of this, what's happened is that you never made yourself a top priority. Now, this is the shift that you're making. because you're making yourself a top priority. That's what the Queen of Cups does. She realizes intuitively that she cannot love others completely until she loves herself completely. So what does she do? She makes herself a top priority. She gets in her heart space and she does not make any decisions that are not good for her. She doesn't try to make decisions based on what the others around her may want, right? Well, that's what you grew up with. You know, what we have to feed 7 kids. Okay, so we're going to have macaroni and cheese and hot dogs, but maybe what you really wanted, right, was I don't know, bacon and eggs. I'm just, throwing things out there. And now, as an adult, you realize, I don't like macaroni and cheese. I had to eat a lot of macaroni and cheese because there were so many kids to feed, but I really like bacon and eggs. And so I'm going to nurture myself. I'm going to have a relationship with myself. I'm going to do things that are good for me, that my soul finds nurturing. And when you step into that energy, right, when you look at what your karmics and your family life have in common, you see clearly what you have to do, and then you overcome it. You may feel like, oh, well, when I was a kid, every Friday night we had macaroni and cheese, so I'm going to keep that going. Okay? Then you get really clear about, I don't like macaroni and cheese. And that's kid food anyway. I'd like to have a salad. And then you go ahead and you eat a salad. Like, you make those shifts in your life that really kind of like nurture yourself. And then look at what you do. You step into this Empress energy. The Queen of Cups is a lovely energy. The Empress is even more so, of being really in her own power, being able to manifest anything she wants in her life because she's so nurturing. And it's also, she has the baby in there. It's like taking care of your inner child, your inner self. And it's also about nurturing this new life for yourself. Like when you step into this energy, it's going to bring in other wonderful things, this true healing. You're going to see your light and you're going to move. You're going to start making decisions that are really based on what you want, not on what maybe you learned from the past or what people in your life right now say you need to do. It's like, no, I'm making decisions that are good for me. And I'm going to step into this energy. And when you truly do, it's kind of like you overcome whatever cage you kind of kept yourself in and step into this lovely energy. Okay, so let's take a look at this Queen of Cups. Oh my goodness. Wow. Ace of Wands on the bottom, this brand new beginning. This is Virgo. This is what you are really being called to do. Stepping into this energy of loving yourself. Because look at this. You are manifesting this new life, this love, this happy family. See, you're manifesting something that you really and truly want. Look at, we have the milk and honey, and it's really about, the chop wood. It's really about doing those things that are good for you every single day. Like putting yourself first every single day. And, we grow up thinking that that's a selfish thing. A lot of times you want to go to the gym and work out. Well, you're kind of selfish, right? Well, no, because when I go to the gym and I work out, I feel better. I'm taking care of my physical body and my mental and emotional. Like if you don't get your workout, are you kind of like cranky or whatever? Sure, right? It's not just about the physical. It's about how the things that you do in your everyday life also affect you emotionally, mentally, and spiritually. Okay, so let's take a look at the Queen of Swords. Wow, nice. Eight of Pentacles, really working on yourself. I really get a sense. Okay, so what you're resisting is seeing really clearly about love, the choices that you've made in love, and how they've made you sad. You may be a little bit too focused because you have the stuck energy and the forgive. You may be a little too focused on the pain and not what that pain has opened you up to. It's the lesson. It's taking a look at how I really am getting the message that there's something connected between this karmic partner and the healing family issues. There's something about your childhood and this karmic partner. And that's why that karmic was on your path. They came onto your path to help you open up to seeing the relationship, to why you chose to be with this karmic. What were they fulfilling that you didn't have from your childhood? You know, what were you trying to find with this karmic that you were missing from your childhood? Okay, 7 of Wands, really nice. Oh my goodness, Ace of Pentacles. Yeah, you're getting a gift from the universe. You're getting some kind of insight about spending your time and energy on relationships that are long lasting. There's some kind of breakthrough. You're definitely having a breakthrough. I almost feel like it's a tower moment, but it's kind of like this epiphany. You're having a breakthrough. When you see the connection between these two things, you have this breakthrough that kind of opens you up, and you see romantic love in a totally new way. You get a new a new viewpoint, a new perspective, and then you're willing to put your time and effort into growing it. You may have actually never chosen somebody that you really wanted to be with for the rest of your life. And Virgo, it's very true. We all do that. Like, we don't want to, if we don't really want to be in a long-term relationship, or we have a belief that a long-term relationship is just not even available to anybody, like it just never lasts, right? Or they're always painful, or love always ends. It's kind of like we never really put our time and energy into it. But now you have a clearer picture. You know what was missing from your childhood. You heal that, and then you step into this energy of wanting to put your time and energy into choosing people, like choosing people that are aligned with you, that want to go to the distance. Because karmics don't really want to go the distance. They're a lot of fun, but they're not there for the long term. It's all short term. Okay, so let's take a look at this Empress. 4 of Swords, the Chariot, Page of Cups, Knight of Wands. Yeah, when you forgive yourself, okay, when you take a look at what happened in the past as a child and why you're choosing some of the romantic partners that you've chosen in the past, or one in particular, right? You heal, and it's really about forgiving yourself. It's about forgiving yourself. I think for a lot of you, you may have forgiven this person. Okay, if you haven't, work on that. But I think there's also something about forgiving yourself. You're kind of like, yes, now I understand. And then look at this. You have the Chariot card. You have victory in building this new life for yourself. A very loving, manifesting, abundant, joyful life for yourself. Because you move forward. You don't have the baggage of this wound anymore. You're healing that wound. You're healing this childhood wound. Okay, so let's take a look at your creativity oracle card. Originality. Feel lighthearted and free while trusting that your unique way of doing things is the right way. Okay, so I'm getting the message that for some of you, you may have been a little bit different than the other people in your family. Like, you could have been really creative and everybody else was very analytical. Or you could have, had a really wild imagination or something, and liked theater or something like that. And the rest of your family was very conservative, okay? There's not a right or wrong way to be. You were just a little bit different. And perhaps perhaps part of it with your karmic partners is that you're trying to attract people that your family would appreciate or like, or are more in line with them, because you want to have you always felt like you were different from your family. So you're like, okay, well, if I'm with romantic partners that my family likes, then maybe they'll like me too. But it's about, no, Embrace who you are and step into that. And then when you do, you're going to be loving yourself more. And when you step into that, right, then all of this comes rushing in. It's really nice. Now, I feel like for a lot of you, this healing family issues isn't like something, hugely traumatic. It's a shift in your belief system about yourself. And you also have to remember, you have to also forgive, your your family. Sometimes you have to realize that they were also on your path to help open you up to these lessons, right? I mean, it's all interconnected, and I think you're seeing the bigger picture of that now. All right, so here is your Lover's Oracle card. Surrender. At times we must surrender the old before something new can enter our lives. Let go and all will work out. That is the forgiving. Like just giving it up. And look there's a moon right there. I feel like for some of you, this is like an opportunity to have some type of a moon ceremony around the full moon, which is around the 21st of September, somewhere around that. We also have the fall equinox on the 21st. We move into Libra season. Like there's something about you may want to have like a burning ceremony or some type of ceremony where you're kind of like, okay, I'm closing out the past. I have learned the lesson. Take some time, figure out the connection here. I've learned it. Thank you, universe. Thank you, angels, spirit guides. I have learned that lesson and now I am moving on. I'm forgiving everything. I'm forgiving everybody. I'm forgiving myself. And I'm stepping into, look at this beautiful Empress energy. It's a beautiful reading, Virgo. I hope you enjoyed it. I really enjoyed doing it for you. And if you resonated with it, I'd love to hear in the comments, how this resonates in your life. And if you've enjoyed this, I also would appreciate it if you would consider sharing, or subscribing. I do wish you much love and light in this situation and all your situations. And I hope to see you again really soon. Bye for now.